So, welcome back to part 3 of our Dark Souls The Ultimate Guide. This will be the Undead Parish.
So, but in the last video we didn't open the gate, but that's just to show that lever quite obviously opens the gate.
All that's happened is you open the gate. You want to take on this hollow here and don't go any further yet. What we're going to do is a little bit more daring and it works out, it pays off.
So, because we have the Drake Sword, it means killing this Black Knight is a lot easier than killing the first Black Knight.
So yeah, this Black Knight's a little bit different though. There isn't exactly, well, from what we can work out, there's not exactly an easy way to take him on other than just
trying to
run in and smash him. So you can see here, we almost get to sneak up on the backstab. I think I'm on controls at this point, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Guys, look at this trap and shit.
And I'm just breaking through shit.
So, we can really only suggest keep your guard up. When he does that attack, it's easy enough to dodge. And
yeah, just make sure that you roll. You don't roll too early because he'll hit you if you land and he hits you, then he'll knock you straight up. There's nothing you can do.
And he also drops one of the very needed Titanite chunks.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed drop, which is fantastic. So now we're going to show you something that I like to do quite a bit here. You can see just behind the armor board there's a gate. Now if you go too far forward, the gate will close. So we want to beat that gate. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick sprint. Now follow this route, it's the safest way to go about it. So you want to run up here on the stairs. When you hit the second flight of stairs, you let your stamina recover a little bit and then sprint again with your shield up just to block the arrows, drop your shield and jump. You should make it through the gate at the same time this hollow does, and then you just have to defend yourself until he closes the gate for you, which is brilliant because now you've cut out a lot of the game. You've cut out quite a big part of the Undead Parish, but we're going to go back and show you anyway, just in case you didn't make the gate. So don't worry.
This is the basement key, which opens up the route to the Capra demon. We're not. A lot of guides say that you should, and indeed the wiki says that you should go. As you can see, hollow armor, but a lot of guides say that you should just go straight from the parish to the lower Undeadburg, but we are going to take a different route on that. So here is where we picked up the halberd, which is our weapon of choice through most of the game.
Yeah, not at this point because the Drake Sword does outdamage it, but the halberd becomes extremely useful in Anor Londo.
Oh, so
beyond
much so.
Useful. The lightning halberd's one of the strongest PvE weapons that you can get, and it just never fails to. It never.
And don't let anyone tell you different.
Yeah, like the halberd and claymore are two of the strongest PvE items in the game without a doubt. I got the fucking parry on that guy. GG scrub. But yeah, the halberd and the claymore are two of the best PvE weapons available, so don't let anyone tell you any different. Other weapons do serve their purpose, but the halberd is quick. It's got attacks that won't clash off walls if you're fighting in an alleyway or if you've got a low ceiling.
Its running attack is absolutely amazing, and that is essentially what wins as Ornstein's Smo. Anyway.
There's a glitch as well with the running attack that if you, in Blighttown, when you do the running attack, it's an instant hit as opposed to having a build-up animation. It's just an instant hit because there's this glitch with all the halberds. It's funny.
So anyway, this is us on our way back. Obviously you would just do this in reverse if you were coming from the other way.
No, I believe we jumped down and I'll open up the gate anyway.
Yeah, so we're going to show what happens if you had to clear out the enemies. But obviously we need to kill these enemies as we go back.
Yeah.
So,
they're going to get to see how we use the black fire bombs. Black fire bombs in this instance are extremely helpful, just due to the fact that they will one-hit kill the Balder Knights if they don't block it. And you can't really ask for something better than that at this stage in the game.
Essentially, it's this Balder Knight here. Now, I figured out that the black fire bomb will kill it in one. I know it's not a really big deal of an enemy, and it is guarding a really shit item. But the point is, this one Balder Knight has always fucked me up on so many occasions. So as you can see, the black fireball will just take it out in one hit.
This Balder Knight uses the rapier, and he also uses one of the little target shields. So he tends to parry. He's difficult to get behind because of the small corridor that you're in as well.
As you can see, this is the Knight Shield that you pick up, and it's really outclassed. It's outclassed pretty much exclusively by the Heater Shield, except it has a bit slightly more.
It is the worst medium shield in the game.
It's probably less useful than all the rest of them. So as you can see, if if you ran up the stairs and didn't jump off, this is the platform that you would be on.
We continue from here, so you want to stay up here, you want to grab those alluring skulls. Those come in handy when it comes to taking out this, this steel boar. Because steel boars are insanely weak to fire, so you drop an alluring skull on the fire and this will happen if the boar recognises it. Yep, it will, and you see the boar there damaging itself. Now it's going to run around this fire a couple of times because it's a fucking idiot, and then we're just going to rinse and repeat for the win.
So yeah, I mean, this is very handy for getting rid of the board because it can cause problems for new players, or indeed under-equipped players. If you don't have something that can pierce its armour, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, you can get round the back of the board and backstab. It is a very small window though, and it is difficult to get the hit.
And it will do a mule kick on you, or a boar kick, I guess, and fuck your shit up.
That's only the ones in Sieves that do that.
Yeah.
Only the ones in Dakar kicks do that. That one can't do that.
I'm pretty sure that's not true. I'm pretty sure he's mule kicked me before.
Well, that's that dead due to the fact that we just allured and sculled it back into the fire. You'd think it'd learn. But
you'd think it would learn.
It doesn't. So now what you want to do is go back down this way, because you don't actually ever have to take the boar on a 1v1 in this area, which is brilliant. Take out the hollows. It's a spear hollow, so standard, kick them, then swing at them. And now we're going to go down the way you should go. So instead of running through the gate, you want to go down to the right, down to these lower levels, and keep your guard up because there's several hollows here. The alluring skulls, I believe, might have dragged them out slightly because they're directly above them, but you know. So clear out the last of the hollows in here, and you're going to get the key. If you haven't taken the master key, this is the way you will have to go to free lautrec. And the key to lautrec is literally right there. Once you have that, the only thing that's left in this area, I believe, is a soul packet, which doesn't have many souls in it anyway.
Yeah. So in this video, we are going to be not killing... Well, we will be killing lautrec early in this video. However, in a later video, we're going to show you what happens when you don't kill lautrec, and we're going to show you how to get his armour and his quest line.
Well, we did figure out a way to make lautrec useful before we killed him. So
yeah,
was that we managed to get lautrec to help us against the boss. Not a lot of people know how to do that actually.
Yeah, a lot of people just, it goes unnoticed, but
yeah, it's very good to have lautrec there because it does a ton of damage, and so does solaire. So solaire and lautrec, you'll easily smash the gargoyles without any issue.
Oh, entirely. Like, there should be absolutely no problem with them.
Yeah, the game really does equip you a little bit too well for the gargoyle fight.
Although, I mean, obviously, if you don't know about these things, or you're not familiar with the gargoyles' attack patterns and things, the gargoyles can still pose a big challenge, but
only if you're not good at kiting your enemies. Or
so as you can see, this is us coming back from where we were.
Yeah. This next section is where it really does get into the. This is officially. Well, the game says it's the Undead Parish by the time you get the Sunlight Altar. This is where I consider it the Undead Parish, because this is the actual church grounds. So there's 3 hollows here, 2 of them with shields, and there's an archer in the back. The guys with the shields are relatively simple to take out.
As you can see, with the Drake Sword, all these hollows and enemies will just drop in a single
hit. Yeah.
So it really makes this place very trivial.
There's an enemy in here you might have a little bit of trouble with if you haven't got your dodging down. It's a Knight of Baronique, and what that is essentially... look at what the hollows you're facing. It's about 3 times the size of it, has loads of fucking armour, a giant great shield, and a huge mace.
So I'm pretty sure we put on the Black Knight shield just so we have more stability to take its hits.
And then because we're on a medium roll, we bulk up our armour as well, because there's no point in having a low medium roll. You may as well just go on full. So
as you can see, it's huge.
These guys here will drop their shield. They will drop the greatsword. And they will drop Titanite shards.
Sometimes random bits of steel armour. Yeah,
on the rarest of occasion, but they will drop the greatsword. They will never drop that mace. You can't get that. But instead of the mace, they drop the greatsword, which is just a shitty Zweihander.
And there we go. That's another Firekeeper soul right there.
Yep, so that'll be for upgrading Orestes later on. So
we want to continue on. So as you can see, this is the another one of the Balder Knights. Now the Balder Knights can drop a full set of Balder armour,
or Titanite shards, or their weapon and shield of choice.
Now the Balder side sword is a sword that they drop, and it is an incredibly
these ones
rare
up here
drop.
Don't drop it.
Well,
the one up here doesn't drop it. There's 2 downstairs that will drop it, and the Balder Knight that you've seen us kill, the one the first. Not the first one, sorry, the second Balder Knight you've seen us kill, which would be on the way back to show you how to get the key to Lautrec's cell. That is the third one that will drop it. There's 2 downstairs in the parish, directly underneath where we are actually, that will drop the Baldurcide sword on the rarest of occasions because it is ridiculously hard to get, but it is really good. It's probably the best longsword style weapon in the game.
Oh, definitely.
It's essentially a longsword that has a bit more reach than a longsword, has a piercing attack, so it's got the same property as like an S-stock,
And has
but it
insane
also
dexterity
has
scaling.
it also starts with a B dexterity scaling.
So it's a very, very good weapon.
Yeah, if you're going for a high dex build, it's a good weapon, but we're not, so the standard longsword would be just as beneficial.
The Balder armor, however, is stupidly shit, so you don't need to bother with it.
Yeah.
So here's another hidden item in the game, and in this box there is a humanity.
Yeah, not a lot of people come round this far because it's just, well, lautrec's here, nothing else can
Yeah.
really be worth it, so break down this door.
And we want a free lautrec.
There is a way that you can kill him in this cell without opening the door, which I found amusing. And he can't get out to fight you.
What, just
I truly appreciate
Yeah.
this.
That's the one, Firestorm.
Guarantee a reward. Only later.
So, yeah. Lautrec says he's going to give you the reward later on, so we talked to him again, and he's just like, mate, you've just let me out of jail, fuck off, I've not got anything on me yet.
So we want to, I think at this point is when we now head down to,
The Firelink Shrine.
yeah, where
Oh,
Lautrec
we've
will
not
be.
taken out the sorcerer that's down here yet.
Oh yeah, because he fell down the side.
Yeah, our sorcerer actually decided to drop off. He should be in this, like, up here where all the hollows were, or little draglins in this courtyard area is where he should be, but he decided to drop off. And it turns out that we couldn't see him, so he decided to just,
And he shows
hang
up
about
here.
the
Now,
stairs.
this guy is one of like 3 channels in the game, and they do.
More than 3.
There isn't.
There is more than 3. There's like
4
fat.
alone
Oh,
in fucking seats.
Yeah.
No, there's only like 3 in seats. And
Nah,
then
there's
this
not.
one.
There's 4.
Well,
Where?
that's 4 already. Shit.
Well, the point is, there's a low amount of these things, but they do have a chance of
There's
dropping.
one in the depths, so there's at least 6 of them.
Look, it doesn't fucking matter how many there's. The point is, they can drop their channel as Trident, but it's one of the rarest drops in the game.
Yeah, be very careful because if they hit you with the channel as Trident, it can hit 3 times, so, and it does do a significant amount of damage at this point in the game as well, so just be careful not to get hit off them. But as you can see with the Drake Sword, they've not got a lot of health anyway, so they're not difficult.
The channel's Trident is a cool weapon because it can cast a self buff which increases your attack.
Yeah, and you do a little dance.
Yeah, you do a dance as well.
I'm not even kidding, look it up. I'm not even kidding. We would show you, but we don't have the dexterity nor the intelligence to use the channel as Trident.
So here's Lautrec.
No, it doesn't let you.
Accept
No,
it.
it's all you do, that's just a little bit.
All it gives you is a sunlight medal.
So utterly useless.
And yeah, laugh it up, gold dick.
Not in
So something that I find really good is that Lautrec actually harbinges quite a large hatred for this Firekeeper. If you exhaust his dialogue, he does go on to say he's just like, look at her just sitting there, and he is quite bitter about the situation that she's in.
So we want to get our vitality to 16 as well, just to make it the gargoyles a little bit easier.
Yeah. Because we spoke to Lautrec, like if you want Lautrec for the gargoyles, then you do have to come down here and speak to him.
Yeah.
Once you speak to Lautrec, his summon sign will be available. I show you where it is twice because as soon as we get Lautrec and Solaire up, we get fucking killed by an invader.
Yeah, sadly. But now Lautrec gives you a sunlight medal. Now in the last video, right at the end, indeed the bonfire that we start off in this video, the door across from the gate that you have to go into to get to the Undead Parish, there's the sunlight altar, and that's where
We
you can
ran
join.
in there on the third time to show you where you can go to escape the dragonfire. In there's a broken down statue. If you have faith of 25, or if you have, for every sunlight medal that you have on you, the faith requirement drops by 5.
Yeah.
But don't join the covenant with less than 20 faith, because when you join the covenant you get given the lightning bolt spell, the lightning bolt miracle, but you need 20 faith to use that anyway, so you may as well just have 20 faith on you before you join the Warriors of Sunlight. And what that covenant does is it just gives you, it makes it more beneficial for you to do co-op play, and it also makes it a little bit easier to do co-op play. It improves your odds of being summoned and shit like that as well.
Yeah, not
It
only
puts
that,
you into more worlds.
the sunlight spears are ridiculously good for PvE, like so good. They're
Yeah.
totally useless in PvE though because they're so easy to dodge.
Yeah, PvP is just, I don't tend to use any faith magic in PvP other than Wrath of God or Tranquil Walk of Peace. So I believe right here, we don't even bother resting at that bonfire because we went to Firelink. That's a good place. We unlocked the shortcut, so we don't need to go to the other bonfire, which we'll show you after.
Oh, another thing to mention is the sunlight medals that you get. If you have 10 of them, you can give them to the sunlight altar, and you can get the improved version of sunlight spears.
Yeah. I was going to leave that to cover in our Covenant guide, but fair enough.
That's just something to mention.
So here's another thing that I really like about the Drake Sword. You just get these guys in a line, two-hand it, R2, and boom, watch them drop.
Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Etc.
Yep.
More metaphors.
Metaphors? No, that was more of
Shut up. Anyway.
Well,
At this point is after we summon Lautrec.
Lautriarch.
Anyway.
Laurentriarch.
Anyway, we get invaded by some arsehole.
Yeah, this is what I mean where if you're human in some areas you'll get absolutely skull fucked off, guys. It's purely because they've made a build that uses very low requirement weapons. They've gave it some sort of elemental buff so that it has loads of damage, and they're using armour that...
See, it just shows up at fucking nowhere.
So I'm like, right, get lautrec in the go, but it won't let me summon it won't let me summon solaire, so I'm like, fuck it. And then I get killed, as you can see. So, yeah.
He has the gall, the tenacity to point down.
Yeah. I mean, it's really stupid when, you know, they act smug, but the guy's wearing full armour of thorns, he's using a golem hammer, and he has a black knight shield, and he just took on a build that's not even taken on the gargoyles yet. But yeah, he's like, oh, I'm heavy good at this game, lel, faggot.
Anyway, we speed it up, so we're just back to where we were anyway.
Yeah, so we're just going to summon lautrec, summon solaire, bolt through the gate before we get invaded again, because fuck that shit.
So we just use this time to just call him an arsehole.
I suppose we can. That guy really was an arsehole, wasn't he? Quite the arsehole indeed.
So we summon solaire and lautrec finally.
Just to clear up some confusion, because I've seen this quite a lot, lautrec is not a warrior of sunlight. If you notice when we summon solaire comes in glowing orange because he's a sunbro. Lautrec isn't a sunbro, it's just because his armour is golden.
And
look, he has a white glint on him, as opposed to solaire, who's just completely fucking glowing orange.
And when you see other people's summon signs, the guys that have orange summon signs are part of the Sunlight Covenant.
Yeah, don't confuse that with the red ones. The red ones is you accepting an invasion from the red soapstone. The red soapstone, you put your summon sign down, and then you're just like, if anybody wants a fight, they can summon me.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, it's optional PvP. I like that.
Yeah, so here we are going to do the gargoyles. Things to mention is just keep your guard up, obviously. Watch for its attacks like that there.
But the heater shield can take that hit anyway.
Yeah, which is actually surprising that it had enough stability to take that.
The gargoyles don't do anything.
But you can see that if you have both of these summons, they just systematically
also,
dismantle the gargoyles.
We're going for the tail cut because you get a pretty good weapon from it. Another good weapon for a dexterity build, the gargoyle tail axe, is just a battle axe, but it scales to a B with dexterity.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, Gargoyle's tail axe is a dex axe, it's brilliant.
So,
and it's cool because when you swing it, it bends.
The gargoyles can also drop the gargoyle halberd, which we would be using if we got it. It's just a direct upgrade from the halberd. They also drop the gargoyle helmet and shield. However, these are all random chances.
The gargoyle helmet is a very, very good helmet.
It's okay, I don't like it.
No, it's very good.
It's a very good helmet.
It gives you really good defenses, really good resistances. It gives you 15 poise and it only weighs 3.
One of the best helmets in the game.
It is one of the best helmets that's available. It's an elite knight helmet, but it's lighter.
Huh.
So and it gives more poise as well, which is brilliant.
Don't you besmirch the reputation of the gargoyle helmet just because you don't like the way it looks, Tony.
Alright, so what we're doing here...
So, here we go, we get to just ring the bell at this point.
Yeah, this is us just... Well, I suppose there's going to be a cutscene here, so may as well just let it play out.
Yeah. Ding-a-ling.
My ding-a-ling. So yeah, I hope you appreciate the anticipation I set up for absolutely nothing there. But yeah, now I believe it's back down to Andre. Or we're going to go kill Lautrec.
First of all, we're going to show you Oswald of Kareem.
Oh yeah, Oswald. I like Oswald, he's a cool character.
It seems like a bit of a dick, shady guy to me. Anyway.
Yeah, but he's cool.
The point is, if you get cursed, you can come back to this guy and he'll sell you purging stones.
For 4,000 a pop.
And there's only...
Dearer than humanity.
There's only a few other places to get purging stones in the game.
Yeah.
And you really don't want to get cursed.
Oswald is the cheapest for purging stones in the game. And also the fact, I believe he sells poison thrown. No, he doesn't sell poison thrown knives. I'm thinking of Chester.
Anyway, we'll show you what he sells anyway. So we'll just go through his menu.
Yeah.
So as you see, purging stones for 3,000. Indictments, which essentially right. So with indictments, they are, if you get invaded and
they're
you
a
have
PvP item,
and you have an indictment on you, you can indict the player that attacked you and killed you.
Karmic Justice. I'll get onto that in a sec. But yeah, when you're indicted, it means that you can be invaded by the Dark Moonblade Covenant.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good to be indicted if you do like PvP. But Karmic Justice is a really good spell. It's got a high faith requirement. Basically, what it is if you take 5 hits,
it just sends off a big shockwave.
Yeah, you explode, and the damage is based on the magic adjustment of your right hand weapon. So if you've got a catalyst in your right hand and Karmic Justice activates, you're going to do a ton of damage. Bloodbite Ring for higher bleeding resistance, Poison Bite Ring for higher poison resistance, and Ring of Sacrifice for absolutely nothing.
He also sold Velka's Talisman, which is a talisman that doesn't scale with faith, but it scales with intelligence. However, it's not that good actually, because you still need the faith requirement to use the miracle itself. So
it's really easy though to get a build that's got 32 intelligence, so you can use the 10 catalyst, 28 faith, so you can use Wrath of God. That's really all you need with Velka's Talisman, is 28 faith, so you can use Wrath of God.
Anyway, he lets you abandon covenants without sinning. If you're in a covenant and you join another one, or like do something to get kicked out of it, you'll be sinned and can be invaded by the Dark Moonblades. But if you come here and just abandon covenant, it costs a lot, but it's a safe way and you won't get invaded.
So we're going to abandon Covenant right now because we joined the Way of White in the beginning, and if you abandon the Way of White, it doesn't matter because Petrus will still sell you stuff. So there's another option here called Request Absolution. Now what that is that's relieving your character of all his sins. It does cost you 500 souls per level that you are, so if you're level 20, it'll cost you 500 times 20, which is what?
But
10,000.
As we said, it clears you of your sins, which means you won't get invaded by the Dark Moon Covenant.
Yeah,
you get the well, what is it gesture,
which is one of my favourite gestures in the game. That, shrug, and look skyward are the best.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
I really like look skyward.
Yeah, look skyward is just like, you just done fucked it up again, didn't you? But yeah, we'll show you well what is it in a second. So we're going to obviously have to swap out so we can use it, so we just ditch this. I tend to put well what is it in the middle so I can just select X whenever I need to. Oh yeah, we've got the shrug one to show you as well. So there's shrug, and here's well what is it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Look at it in all its glory.
Anyway, I think now at this point we have a bunch of souls, so what we want to do is go down to...
Yeah, we just Homeward Bone back to Firelink Shrine, because we got a free Homeward Bone from the Gargoyles, thus we didn't lose anything. Plus we're down at Firelink Shrine, so it means we can take out lautrec as well, so we can get a very good ring, and I'm going to show you a way on how to take out lautrec without actually aggroing him, which is really fucking good. Like, when I found this out, it just made the fight with lautrec so easy, because lautrec is very difficult to take on at this earlier stage. He has an attack that gets behind your shield. So there's lautrec still sitting there, which is brilliant. But yeah, he's using a weapon known as the Shotel, and what it does is that the heavy attack on it actually gets around shields. So what you want to do is you want to take off your sword so you don't hit him. You want to kick him. So talk to him, maybe like, I'm glad to see you're safe. When you talk to him again, he offers you some information that you have to pay for, but it's not really worth it, and he talks about tricky patches. You'll meet him later on in the game. He's actually he's the only recurring character in the Souls series so far.
I hope he's in the next one.
Yeah, I really want him to be in Dark Souls 2. I like him. Yeah. I wonder what weapons he'll have in Dark Souls 2, because he had the Eagle Shield in Demon Souls. They had the Eagle Shield, the Adjudicator Shield in Demon Souls, and he's got the Eagle Shield in this one. So, yeah. Lautrec's basically saying, keep your distance, I don't want to talk to you. So now we kick him off the edge. 2 kicks is all it takes, or 2 knees to the face. Well, a knee to the face and a knee to the balls. So once he's off the edge, as soon as you get your souls, you just go ahead, quit, and then reload, and the Ring of Favour should be sitting right there, along with, is it 5 or 7 humanity he drops?
I think it's 5.
5 humanity. And he gives you a nice couple of thousand souls.
That's just 8,000 souls.
Oh,
so now at this point, once we get back into the game, we want to
level up.
No, not even level up. We want to get the Thorolund Talisman.
Yeah, Thorolund Talisman, then it's level up time.
Now the Thorolund Talisman, I think we may have mentioned it. It is a talisman which has a fixed magic adjustment, so it doesn't scale with your faith stat. Essentially, it gives you the same amount of faith as being level 26 in faith.
No, it's 25, 26 faith with the standard talisman. It does the Thorolund one. Thorolund Talisman is the best one, up to 25 faith.
Okay, well, 25 or 26, whatever. Anyway,
so Ring of Favour and Protection, 20% extra health, 20% extra endurance, and 20% extra equipment burden. Everything you ever need to complete this game. If I'm quoting, he's back anyway. Everything you will ever need.
I'm pretty sure it allows us to light roll with all the stuff.
Yeah, it does.
So that's handy in that sense.
This ring essentially makes the build so viable. It's unreal.
So
if you take the ring off though, it breaks. So don't take it off. Unless you've got your vitality up at 50 and your endurance up at 50 to the point where having the ring is just utterly pointless.
Anyway,
so Thorolund Talisman, a nice 5k souls we spent on that.
Essentially, it allows our heal miracle to do a lot more healing.
Yeah, it doubles it.
So we can get a nice, we can get a nice amount of healing out of it.
Equivalent of an Estus plus 3 or 4 at this point for the heal miracle using the Thorolund Talisman, which is it's really more than you're going to need throughout this entire game because healing is for out of combat.
Yeah. So now we want to just continue on. So instead of going to Lower Undead, which some other places may take you, we want to go down to Andre and Darkroot Garden.
Yeah, but we're only going to go and show you where Andre is right now because I believe that there is a section of the video that's got. We're going to actually come back, I believe it, and we're going to show you. Do we? No, we don't show a second gargoyle fight, do we not?
Second gargoyle fight?
No, we didn't show the one where we had just random summons. But yeah, if you can't get a hold of lautrec, like for whatever reason, if he's not there or anything like that, then if you do go human, where you take on those 3 hollows outside the, like on the right side of the church, I suppose you could call it.
A lot of people will drop their summon sign.
Oh no, whenever you go there, if you're at the same level as we are, you'll have about 6 or 7 signs available to you at the one time. You're never going to be short of summons on this build, which is great. Like anywhere you go, you'll always have a summon if it's a very high traffic co-op area.
Yeah, it's true. So here is where
especially Anne Orlando.
We will be coming here after we do Quellag's Domain, which is much further into the guide, but this is Sen's Fortress, which is where you come after you ring the second bell.
We do come here for one reason. You get to see Onion Bro, Sigmar of Katarina.
So this is the first. This is completely optional part of his quest. You don't even need to talk to him at this point.
It's the only optional part of his quest.
But eventually, doing this quest line will leave you with a Titanite slab come the end of it, which is a good item to have.
Okay, so I was about to say, yeah, he's basically saying that he's run flat up against a wall or a gate, I should say. Essentially, he's just like, how do I get into Sen's Fortress? I can't get into Sen's Fortress, and then of course we are the ones that end up letting him into Sen's Fortress. So yeah, so he's probably one of my favourite characters, not just because of his attitude towards his situations or anything like that, but his lore is just, it's so grim, but it's so fantastic as well.
Yeah, the quest line is heartbreaking at the end of it, man.
Yeah, like we'll gradually explain his lore when it becomes relevant, but like the final video is just actually beautiful.
You can, if you want, if you kill him at this point, he will give you the speckled stone plate ring, which
isn't great in any way.
All it does is boost your magic, your fire and your lightning defenses by a little bit.
I think it's by 10.
Something like it's not worth it, and you don't really want to kill him because the Titanite slab is much better. Plus, he's a pure bro, and I just feel bad.
The Titanite slab is brilliant. Sigmar's actual in-game dialogue is also fantastic. So here, modify weapon. This is Andre of Astora. He's probably one of the most valuable blacksmiths to you. He's the most valuable blacksmith until you hit Anne Orlando for this build, without a doubt. At this point, we're just going to repair everything, and then it means that the souls that we have left are souls we can spend on whatever we want, which is brilliant. Because I believe, I think we come back, we'll talk more about Andre. So Titanite shards, you use them. You get 9 of them. Will get your weapon up to +5. He sells the weaponsmith box, which allows you to craft weapons. It was upgrade your weapons at bonfire. Armorsmith box for upgrading your armor at bonfire. Repair box for repairing your shit. Sells longsword, broadsword, bastard, and battle axe. 4 pretty decent weapons. The bastard sword is just a shorter claymore with a slightly quicker moveset, and I think it's got a little bit better scaling.
No, it's not as good better scale. The claymore is better than the bastard sword at later levels.
Yeah.
The
warpick and battle axe are more or less the exact same.
The warpick's a strange weapon because it's got the moveset of an axe but does thrust damage.
So yeah, that'll work with the Leo ring, which you'll get later on. Sace, this is just an upgrade to your empty-handed attacks essentially. The pike, it's the longest spear in the game.
But it's really bad. It's a shame that it's so bad because it's got a really cool moveset, but it's shit.
The Dragon Slayer spear is, I think, the same length as it.
Maybe it is quite long.
The Dragon Slayer spear is massive. You'll see that's Ornstein's weapon of choice.
As you can see, it's 24 strength, which is insane, and as Wayhander's much better.
24 strength, and was that 19 or 18 dex?
Something
I think
insane.
It was 19.
Anyway, large leather shield, that's
useless.
just useless.
They're drops later on in the game anyway when you get to Painted World, so there's no point in buying it. It doesn't really do anything other than, I think it's
got nice lightning defense, I guess.
But it's got even lightning and fire defense, which I suppose isn't too bad if you've PvP the guy's using a lightning weapon and pyromancy, I suppose.
But still, it's not worth it.
Stability's too low to be
Tower
useful.
Kite shield is, I'm pretty sure it's just the same as
it is the most run of the mill shield you can possibly get.
It's
got good fire.
Good fire, but the Dragon Crest shield is much better than it.
Yeah. I would say the Tower Kite shield and the Caduceus Kite shield, they're both the exact same thing, except the description is slightly different because one has the tower on it, the other one just has a Caduceus pattern on it. But
that's all the stuff that
I think I'm going to use those shields.
Arrows, and that is all what it sells.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start using those shields more because they've got the 30% magic defense, 60 fire and 60 lightning. It's very good elemental, and the stability is not too bad either.
I mean, they're not bad shields, but there's better shields for each situation.
Yeah, but if it's a shield, if it's just like, it's good to have one in case you don't have a shield for a specific situation. It means that one shield will be like really versatile.
It's just better to use the crest shield, really.
Yeah.
But,
so we'll learn the hurrah gesture, which is essentially jump up and fist the air.
Yep.
So I believe we go to exhaust his dialogue here.
Andre also sells the Crest of Artorias, which we will be buying in the next video
for 20,000 souls
to show you how to get one of the
most game-breaking rings.
By far, like, we've never even used. This is the first playthrough we used it because we heard it was good, and it is fantastic. Which is the Ring of Fog.
Yeah, it saves us in PvE, and I literally rip the piss out of a cunt in PvP with it.
Literally, all you need is the Ring of Fog and the Balder Shield, and you're fucking sorted for this game. By the way,
Ring of Fog, Balder Shield, you can beat the game with any weapon, whether it's upgraded or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll take you longer, but you can do it. The Balder Shield just makes the game so trivial, and the Ring of Fog is just ridiculous. The Balder Shield can block anything it fucking wants to shield and still have enough stamina to follow up.
So we should probably explain at this point how the weapon upgrade system is. You need your the ores to upgrade your weapon. Now you can only upgrade your weapon to +5, and that's reinforcing your weapon. If you want to upgrade your weapon to +6, you need the large ember. Yeah. And then to get to +15 from +10, you need the very large ember, and you can't you have to go down a modification. That's not reinforcing it. You have to go to modify equipment, which you have right at the top here. Even if you buy the weapon and armor smith boxes, you cannot ascend your weapon at a bonfire. You can reinforce it, so you can go all the way up to +5, but you can't go up to +6. Once you're at +6, you can go all the way up to +10, but you can't go to +11. Once you're at +11, you can go all the way up to +15. So basically, there are only 2 occasions in the game for your weapon where you're going to need the blacksmith to do it for you, which will be +5 to +6 and +10 to lightning. But right here, as you can see, we've got the claymore and we've got the halberd. We've also got the Zweihander sitting there as well, actually. We don't use the Zweihander at all, I don't think. No, we don't.
No. It's essentially just a massive claymore. It does a lot of damage in the right build, and the Chaos Zweihander is fantastic in PvP.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see, the claymore's pretty good. It's got average scale, it's got CNC, which means it's perfect for us because we can just go right into it and get the fire claymore. 16 strength and only 10 dex requirement, which is really good, as opposed to the halberd, which requires 12 dex. It's one of the reasons why the claymore is one of my favourite weapons, because it's got low stat requirements and does a ton of damage. So now I believe we're just going to level up our endurance as much as we can, get our endurance up to 20, and then our vitality will follow.
Yeah, because we want to have 20 endurance by the time we get to Quelag. Obviously that would be completely doable.
Yeah, more than doable.
Yeah, 20 endurance is a benchmark that we want.
I believe we might have 26 by the time we hit Sense Fortress, so 26 after Blighttown.
Anyway, this is the pretty much the end of the video. So
Yeah.
we hope you enjoyed it. And we hope it's informative.
Keep your skills up. See you guys later.
Right, that was good.